Hey, it is good to see you again. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Yes, we are back at Mrs. Avery's apartment. And yeah, we've made a couple of changes and we'll go through that in a little bit. But today we are going to be working mainly on her linen closet. Oh, so fun and riveting. And her kitchen area today. And we might get a start on her bedroom as well, but we'll see how that goes. So, hang in there and we'll get into game. All right, so we are back in Annie's apartment, and a couple of things have changed. Not too much, just some minor changes. Instead of that little vase, I put this little candle and flowers instead. Again, lots and lots of flowers in this apartment, I imagine. She loves flowers. She receives flowers a lot from different admirers, and she just likes to be surrounded by luxurious flowers. I also added this little table and bird of paradise plant. Well, I guess it's just flowers from the bird of paradise, maybe not a plant, from the new for rent pack. And we also, I forgot to put in, even though I pulled them out, I pulled out a cat tree kind of area and a little scratching post for them as well. I want to keep things in here pretty minimal for the cats because they'll be everywhere anyway, but they're going to have their own whole separate room. But I also added on some little tchotchkes and things into this table and a mirror from the vintage, I believe that's the vintage glamour stuff pack. Yeah. So yeah, we've got that going on, and I just think everything is just really coming together and is very cohesive. And again, I am very surprised at how well I'm liking this. This is definitely not my style, this kind of like high glam style, but it's growing on me. Kind of like how Joyce's place kind of grew on me. I'm kind of liking this. What do you think? All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into the kitchen area first. And I'm thinking, see, originally I wanted to put a butler in here for Annie, but I just don't know that that's going to work out because we have to have a whole bedroom for him and we only have a 2-bedroom apartment in here. And so the butler, they would have to have their own room and the cats are going to have their own room. And where is Annie going to sleep? So yeah, we're going to have to forgo a butler. So that means Annie's going to have to cook on her own. But I would imagine that she does have a regular, not chef, my goodness, cleaner come by, like a cleaning person coming by every day just to kind of spruce up the place and shine all of the glass and metallic surfaces in here. So yeah, let's see. I don't know. I don't think she'd be a big cook. At least I didn't at first. And then I'm thinking, but she probably really liked to entertain in her day, even though she might have had a private chef, even though we don't have those in our game, unfortunately. So I'm thinking maybe she kind of had to learn how to cook a little bit. So maybe she will need a few little supplies here and there. So, I definitely wanted this coffee pot out. I just think that fits her aesthetic very, very nicely. And definitely want to get some cooking utensils out, but I'm not sure what's going to suit Annie. I don't know. I may have to get just a few little things out, and we're gonna maybe put them all together on screen. I definitely want some spices because I feel like she's very proud of being able to cook and whatever else after all these years. But I imagine the things that she likes to cook are probably things that most people don't want to eat. Maybe they're a little bit eccentric and esoteric dishes like the Ozark Mountain hillbilly goat stew that she found in a recipe someplace tucked in the back of a book. I don't know, something like that, that she found. So I don't know, but things like that. So yeah, definitely let me get a few things pulled out, and I'll meet you back here in just a minute. Yes, so we have pulled out a few things, and I have a few things that are affixed that I have already put in that I don't want to mess with because it's kind of been moved around with the tool mod and somewhat, I don't want to mess around with that again. So the first thing we will see is on top of the fridge, we've got some cat/dog treats, which are just cat treats because she's got like 4 cats, and another bunch of roses. We've got a little, behind our coffee maker, our gooseneck coffee maker with the fancy gold. We've got a very luxurious bowl of fruit. And we've got a strange little mirror here now. Oh, and I also put a smoke alarm. I need to put smoke alarms in all of the units, so I'll have to go back off camera and do that at some point. But about that mirror. So I feel like perhaps she learned to cook, and maybe as a way for her to kind of like get herself in the mood, and kind of she likes to pretend like she has her own cooking show. Now, we've all done it. Okay, there's no shame in that. However, because Annie is an actress, she really goes for it. And she has like little scenes that she'll do. So she'll do like, oh, today as I'm cooking my soup or whatever, I am going to be a grieving mother, even though she has no children. Like, she sets up scenes for herself. I think that would be kind of fun, actually. But I'm putting a few odds and ends on this rail. I think it's a good thing to take advantage of this rail. As you can see, I'm having to manually place these. I did size these down with the tool mod, and also elevated them so they're not floating too much or cutting into the railing because they don't slot there. Yeah, so I just kind of thought she likes to watch herself as she acts and gets into the role. I mean, honestly, isn't that kind of like what romanticizing your life kind of is? And everyone talks about that now. I mean, hey, that's not a bad thing, you know? Oh, I got this gigantic flower thing. I had to size it down a little bit, but I think this is from My Wedding Stories. But I had the idea that because she's been married so many times, maybe she's kept some of the favors from when she got married. And by the way, this would be her late husband. So these are obviously fake, but fake plants because they wouldn't be around their flowers this long. But I imagine this would be like from her wedding, as well as maybe these cards that I put off screen the last time. These were actually like the wedding invitation, engagement party invitation, and maybe like a thank you note from that time and that era. And she just kind of kept a hold of those, and she's still displaying them because she likes to live sort of in that, which again, that's a little sad. I mean, because as we all know, this is what happened to Mr. Avery. But you know, I think she likes to talk to him in her own way and, you know, tell him about her day, you know, just little things like that, little sad things. Well, I guess it can be happy, I don't know. But just little things like that she likes to do. And she likes to have the memories of her wedding day. I would imagine that maybe partly why she's been married so many times. I mean, not really, but I think every time she got married, she really wanted things to go well. But, you know how things be sometimes for these actor types. I don't know how they be. I put this rug, I sized it way down. I thought it kind of goes with all of the other colors and decor that we've got. I did put this blue turquoise greeny colored trash can here. Thought that kind of fit the vibe. I also put in just this plain swatched utensil holder. Nothing really else went. We need something that's really extravagant and kind of tacky, you know, like how some of the other Sims stuff is, because we just have some very basic stuff like that. And I don't know, I just don't feel like it goes as well. I've also got these expensive looking set of knives here. Again, maybe she was like, oh, I'm a chef now, so I'm going to treat myself, you know, to these lovely knives. Yep. So we've got those with the gold the gold handle accessories on there. The other swatches didn't really go. They didn't have any gold swatches. And this is the last thing I'm putting in the kitchen sort of area. It's just a little bench that matches in with the couch and other decor in the living room. Just a little seat by the window in the front. And that gold does go with everything here. I think that is also from Vintage Glamour because it just goes so well with everything else, that gold swatch. So that is the kitchen done. And I mean, yeah, it's the same like setup as everybody else's in this apartment complex, but I mean, it's got her own little spin for Annie. And then we have things for her linen closet. So I am putting these little can thingies, and I have sized them down. And oh, there they are. These are supposed to be, I think, like tea canisters. But what I'm doing with them, I'm going to pretend like they're cat food cans. Because, again, we've got 4 cats here. And they are going to be little hungry suckers. So maybe this is where she keeps all of her cat food, is up in her linen closet. Just kind of away from everything. Maybe she has like a big surplus. And so she has some in her kitchen cabinets. And she also has some up here. Just in case, so that her babies don't go hungry. I'm also putting some skincare. So that's the other thing. I believe Mrs. Avery is a little bit vain. Why is my game freaking out? Is a little bit vain. And I would imagine that she really likes to take care of her skin. Maybe to an extreme that she likes to take care of it. And I would imagine maybe she would have one of those mini fridges in her bedroom. I want to put it in the bathroom, but there's not enough space because it's such a tiny area that she keeps all of her skincare goods in. Which, I mean, I don't think you have to be vain to do that. I think that's just a fun thing to do. Like years ago, I really wanted to get a mini fridge to put sheet masks and stuff into. It's so soothing and calming. So yeah, but I didn't. I didn't go that far. But I mean, there is no hate in that, honestly. All right, we're putting in the towels, keeping in with that blue, turquoisey, teal colors with the two-tone towels. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would, because when I first started building this, again, kind of like with Joyce, I was like, oh, where are we going with this? What's happening? But I think as time goes on, I'm going outside my comfort zone, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying these like more colorful, eccentric style builds. And I'm also purposefully keeping out any kind of cleaning supplies because, again, I imagine she's got a housekeeper that comes through. And so they probably bring everything with them, all of their equipment. So I'm not giving her a vacuum cleaner or anything like that, even though I will have... well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore because it's individual apartments. I was going to say I will have the ability to use the vacuum in other units, but I guess it doesn't really matter since every unit is now kind of its own thing. Fix this towel that's bothering me. There we go. So even if I enabled like the dust thing on the other lots, it won't really matter on this lot anyway, so... But I will hire a housekeeper for her, so she'll have that going. Yeah, I know I'm really, really fussy about the towels. I just want them to be neat. I feel like that's something that she would really look at in detail if her housekeeper had all of her towels going the right way. So yes. And I think I am going to put in one of those or a couple of those cat food bags as well. Yeah, like this, but like the cat food version. Yeah. Just stocked right up on that stuff. If you had this in here, you wouldn't be able to open the door, but that's okay. Maybe we'll just it still would get stuck. Well, I guess if it's swung out and not in, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go ahead, and I think we're done with that part. Let's go ahead and put the wall back on and the door, and then we'll see what else we can get up to. Okay, so that is on. And I have a few things picked out for the bedroom, but I think I want to kind of stop this part here because I definitely want to spend some time on the bedroom and on the cat room and on the patio to themselves. So we might have a couple more parts or even a few more parts on this apartment, but I am enjoying myself. What do you think? What do you think? I think this is fitting my vision of what I wanted for this apartment. Well, I think it's exceeding because I wasn't sure what I was going to do exactly. But yeah, thank you for tuning in with me today. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Look forward to some more of this apartment. And then eventually we'll be heading to, I think, the last or second to last tenants. I don't know, but it's coming up really soon. So if you have any suggestions about any tenants you might like to see, leave a comment. Please subscribe, like this video, and yeah, I will hope that you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.